What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our West Ham preview here on Anfield Agenda. The Reds travel down to London for a 2 p.m. kickoff on Sunday, and as always, I'm going to take you through our injury update ahead of the game, a bit of a fact file on our opponents West Ham and their form coming towards this fixture. We're going to go through my predicted 11, and of course we'll end up with a score prediction as well. I'd love to know your thoughts, so feel free to let me know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you back here tonight at 8:45 for the late night agenda. But until then, we've lots to go through, so let's get cracking with an injury update. Right, let's talk about Ugo Ekitike for a start. The manager mentioned during the week that it was a back spasm and it shouldn't be anything to worry about. So I have included him in my 11 because it doesn't look like he's been ruled out with injury. Other injury updates that we have, of course, Jeremy Frimpong, Connor Bradley, still not available. We know Alisson Becker returned to the starting 11 for the last game, so he is fit and available. Other than that, it's Giovanni Leone, another long-term absentee, but I don't think we have too many fresh concerns. I think Curtis Jones had a knock at the end of the last game, but again, nothing from Arnold to suggest he's been ruled out. So that's where we're at with that one. Now let's have a little look at West Ham, our brief history against them, and of course their form coming into the game. West Ham have won just one of their last 18 Premier League games against Liverpool, drawing 3 and losing 14, beating them 3-2 at the London Stadium in November 2021. So the omens are certainly good going into this one for the Reds, as you can see there. 3 draws, lost 14, no wins. It's been quite a while since they beat us, so it's looking good there. Liverpool have scored 25 goals in their 9 Premier League visits to the London Stadium against West Ham, including a 5-0 win in this fixture last season. West Ham have won 7 points from their 3 Premier League games in November, winning 2 and drawing 1, almost twice as many as they managed in August, September and October combined. Now let's have a look at our head-to-head and West Ham's recent form. Premier League 2024-25, it was Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. West Ham 0, Liverpool 5 at the London City Stadium, and here's hoping for a repeat of that scoreline. In the EFL Cup 24-25, again it was Liverpool 5, West Ham 1, so we do seem to have West Ham's number here in these games, but of course we have to take into account our own form as well. West Ham's recent form, it was Bournemouth 2, West Ham 2 in the Premier League, West Ham 3, Burnley 2 in the Prem. Another victory for West Ham in the league was against Newcastle, they beat them by 3-1. Then it was a Premier League loss, 2-1 away at Leeds United, and they were beaten 2-0 at home by Brentford. So that's the fact file on our opponent, our recent head-to-head and form with them. Now let's take you through my predicted 11 for the game. And look, I'm going to do my best as always to explain the decisions that I've come to and why this is the team I would go with. We will start off, as we always do, with the goalkeeper and the centre-backs. Of course there was a change at centre-back because there's no way on this planet that Ibrahim Konate should be starting this game. Do I think he will? Probably. But for me, it's Endo and Virgil van Dijk with Alisson Becker behind. And if I had the ability to rest Virgil van Dijk for this game, I would absolutely do that because nobody across the backline has really covered themselves in any glory. So for me, it's got to be Alisson, Endo and Virgil van Dijk. Of course, you can make an argument for Joe Gomez to come in at right-sided centre-back, but you'll see in a moment, I've used him elsewhere. So my start here, Alisson in goal, and then Endo and Virgil. Into the wide positions of full-backs now. Right side, I've gone for Joe Gomez, which you can see, and on the left side, Andy Robertson. For me, I think Joe Gomez is better playing at right back than right centre back because we have a gaping hole there. Endo couldn't really do as good a job, in my opinion, in full back as he could at centre back, and I get this is a stick and plaster. It's not ideal, but we can't keep rewarding players for abject performances, so we need to have some accountability. Backline for me, Alisson in goal, Joe Gomez at right back, Andy Robertson at left back with Endo and Van Dijk in the centre back positions. Now moving into midfield. Normally this is where I'll say, you know what I'm going to do here, but I have actually made a change. So my midfield for this game would be Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai. I don't want to have Alexis McAllister in there because I don't think we're seeing the same version of Alexis McAllister as we know he's capable of being. So for me, I would give Curtis Jones the nod for this one because I'm not saying it doesn't matter to Alexis McAllister, of course it does, but Curtis Jones, I've been very impressed by him speaking. I've been very impressed by him never hiding on the football pitch. So for me, he's the right type of personality we need to help get us out of this mess. So the midfield, Curtis Jones, Ryan Gravenberch and Dominic Szoboszlai. That's my trio. Do let me know in the comments though if you agree or disagree. Moving into the attacking third of the pitch now, and this is where you will see changes. So For me, right-hand side, Federico Chiesa. Left-hand side, Ugo Ekitike. Now look, I know he's going to pick Mohamed Salah. You know he's going to pick Mohamed Salah. But we've got to start being real here and call this stuff out. Some of these players don't deserve to be starting week in and week out. Mohamed Salah should be dropped for not bothering to track back, help out, and watch a PSV Eindhoven player stroll by him. If the manager doesn't make changes, all that's going to happen is the same stuff over and over again until he gets fired. So if Arne really does fear for his job, he's going to have to enforce some changes. To me, that has to start with Chiesa on the right-hand side. I'd put Ekitike on the left. Others may argue for Cody Gakpo, Rio Ngamoa. Again, I understand it, but for me, I would give the left berth to Ugo Ekitike and the right side to Fede Chiesa. And then, of course, we've got one more to go to the centre. I've gone for Alexander Isak because, again, I want to get into these two playing together. Ekitike and Isak, they're the future. This team has to look to the future, not to the past, to the future. So for me, this is my 11 to play West Ham. Alisson Becker in goal, Andy Robertson at left back, Joe Gomez at right back, Endo and Van Dijk in the centre back positions. A midfield of Jones, Szoboszlai and Jones, Szoboszlai and Ryan Gravenberch, and then into the attacking third, Fede on the right, left hand side, Ugo Ekitike and Alexander Isak through the middle. So we've gone through everything else. Now it's just the score prediction. And normally I just go for a win. Normally I feel optimistic and go for a win. I thought we were going to trounce PSV Eindhoven midweek. In all honesty, I did think that was going to be the perfect fixture for us. The data and the history of this fixture against West Ham shows that Liverpool usually score quite a few goals down there. But how can I sit here with any level of confidence and predict Liverpool to go and beat anybody with what we're seeing? I do think we'll take something from this game, but ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think it's going to be a win. So for me, I've gone for this. West Ham United 2, Liverpool 2. Could we go there and win? Yes, but I have to be realistic about it. We've not shown any signs of improvement. The manager keeps talking about 15, 20-minute periods where we've been doing well, but ultimately the results are what matter. Is a 2-2 draw going to be enough if that's the way to save his job? I don't know at this point, to be honest with you, because it feels like this is just going to have to go on and go on and go on till it gets to a level of, I guess, stress, a level of unacceptability that the owners finally pulled the trigger on the manager, because I wish I'd sit here and say to you, I feel the tide is going to turn. But unfortunately, I have to mean that I don't. Let me say this though. I very much hope I'm wrong, ladies and gents. I really do, because I want this team to do well. It's breaking my heart and yours as well, what we're seeing week after week at the minute. So that is it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments section. A reminder that we'll be live from 12:50 on Sunday for the watch along. It's a 2 p.m. kickoff. So as always, thank you for your continued support. I'll see you tonight for the late night agenda. Saturday, there'll be no live content on the channel, but of course I will be back then for the game on Sunday. We'll talk to you soon. Much love. Bye-bye.